So first of all, I've interviewed Charles Jerkins and Vi Moon, who all speak very highly of you. And I always wanted to know, well, who is this man that they keep talking about in these interviews? So it's quite the treat to actually, when the opportunity presented itself, it was a no-brainer for me to get at you for real. So you are a giant, like a giant in the media industry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you tell our viewers or people that'll be watching this video your contributions to just entertainment?
Oh God, I don't know where to start. It's such a loaded question.
Isn't it?
As you know, I've done so much, and every day I do more. So it's like, I guess I started my first introduction really into the industry as far as on a professional level is I was at Polygram Records back in 1995. I actually put out Jay-Z's first single. I put out Blase Blase, J. the Damager, Dougie Fresh, the AOI record, Beanie Man's first record, Jail Felony. That was 95, and it was actually a distribution. I worked with ILS Distribution. From there, I started my own record label in 96 called Danger Zone Records. We put out a well-known Philly rapper at that time called Jewel T. We put his comeback album. Then after that, we did went to LA, worked with some of the Babyface's artists as a songwriter. Came back to the East Coast, didn't work out the way I wanted to, so I came back to the East Coast, got involved with finance, gave up music, so I'm done, you know what I mean? But it took me about 3 months. I'm like, you know what, I miss music. So I started a website, 2001, whomag.net, which was one of the biggest hip hop websites at that time because we featured our own independent content. This is way before YouTube was out. So we had a camera team, we did a lot of interviews, about 3,000 interviews total that we've done. 2005, switched to a DVD magazine. We were the first DVD magazine picked up by Wal-Mart's Targets. This was the one in Blockbuster.
What?
Netflix is the first hip hop DVD ever on Netflix, ever. When Netflix used to be the mailing, so that's me. It's funny because if you look, it says the category is SI, special interest. So on the shelves, this was next to second from the bottom. You see this? This was in between a Jane Fonda workout DVD and a cooking DVD on the shelves. Wow. So yeah, that's how it was back then. That was 2005. 2007, I was going to drop volume 2, but the DVD got so big overseas. TV network in Europe actually reached out to me. I was still at the day job, Merrill Lynch at that time, and it asked if I can make it to a TV show. And I had no idea how to do a TV show. So I kind of taught myself how to make a TV show. I put together the first season, first 6 episodes, Whomag TV. It premiered overseas in Europe, 120 million households on Sky. I brought it back to the US 2009. The first network was called Colors TV, and that was on Dish. And that was my first, when the day it got picked up was the day I was done with finance. 10 years in finance, I quit. In 2010, me and one of my best friends from high school, Mr. Mig, who's a Grammy nominated producer, we opened up our own music studio in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And the first thing I did was start a music distribution company with Sony Orchard. So I've been with Sony for 11 years now. One of our first projects got the deal was Just Ice and KRS-One Volume 1. Yeah, Just Ice and KRS-One EP Volume 1. So that was 2010. I was a pretty big video director at that time. Did about 35 videos. That was like my day-to-day money, my hustle money was the videos. But 2012, I had 2 other spin-off shows. One called DMTV, which is Whomag was hip hop. DMTV was our EDM dance music show. Mm-hmm. And then I had a music video show called Video Vision. The shows got so big, but we're having so many issues because there were so many networks and they kept changing times on me and everything. So I decided in 2012, I'm gonna launch my own TV network. Now I just left the day job. I didn't have any money. I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure out how to get my own satellite TV. It was too much money, didn't work. So I came across this thing called Roku. And I launched the first urban channel ever on Roku. We're the first ones to put hip hop on Roku. First one to put an urban drama on Roku with a show called Book of Nimrod. And here it is, 9 years later, we're still the biggest channels on Roku, Apple, Google Play, Fire Stick, our cell phone app, our website, everything. We have 3: WhoMag, Multimedia, iFame TV, and Video Vision. So besides that, I've done movies, a lot of movies, production managers, director, did a movie in London. I just finished a pretty big movie. It was like a $3.75 million budget called Retaliators, coming out shortly. I was one of the production managers on that, and it was funded by Better Noise Music, which is a big rock label. So Motley Crue's in it, Papa Roach is in it, Five Finger Death Punch, plus actors like Mark Machaca from Ozark, Joe Gatt from Game of Thrones is in it. So that was a lot of fun. But did a lot of other movies too. There's so much more. I don't know. I've been to South Korea, spoke to 50,000 kids in South Korea. I can't show you what's in this box yet, but I can tell you because it's supposed to, I'm not supposed to reveal it. I can tell you what's in it. I just got a 2021 Tri-State Black History Award for my contribution to music. So
congratulations!
Thank you. I love to show it, but I can't do it to the actual award show. Got an award for my 10 years. This was a 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
This is from Master P, and Jesse Jackson gave me this award. A hip-hop documentary, won the Pocono Film Festival.
Yes.
They got a few other accolades up on the walls and stuff, awards and stuff that I've done. So
look at that.
Done a few things. So I don't know if I answered the question or not, but there's
legendary.
You do a few things, man. And Charles Jerkins, that's my homie, man. I love Charles to death. Charles has been rocking me for a long time, man. He's a great guy. So yeah. Well,
they speak very highly of you, and I'm like, well, who is this man? Who is the man with the master plan?
Yes. I throw these legendary parties, and he comes to every single party, which I appreciate, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
You know, the thing that's interesting to me, I mean, and it speaks to a lot of us creators or inventors. You built WhoMag while working a full-time job, and not just any job. You were a CEO for Wall Street for a very long time. So when you stepped into the entertainment industry, what was the final straw that made you want to be full-time in this?
Yeah, so I wasn't a CEO in finance. My first job was right off of Wall Street, a company called National Discount Brokers. Now, I loved the job. It was a great job, just the pay sucked. From there, I went to Bear Stearns in Brooklyn, to JP Morgan in Delaware, to Merrill Lynch. Mm-hmm. And that's 4 companies in 10 years. The money was better different places, but the grass was never greener. And it came to the point where I had 10 at Merrill Lynch. I had like 7 bosses above me. It was just so miserable. You ever been to Vegas where you come out of that hotel and at 120 degrees, dead heat just hits you dead in the face? Every day those elevator doors open at Merrill Lynch, I felt that with negative energy. It was just, but you go in it and you just know you have to do it. And what I would do is I made myself a little rule that I had to follow because I was so determined to leave. For every 8 hours I worked at Merrill Lynch, I had to do 4 that night at WhoMag. Wow. So if I worked 10 hours, I worked 5 hours. So it was like ridiculous where I would come home 6, 7 o'clock at night, and I live in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I would drive an hour and a half to New York, maybe 2-3 times a week, and come home at 4 in the morning. And then when I come home, shower and go right to the office. So, but that's where we got a lot of interviews. Like I was just proactive. Like I was invited. I remember we started 2001. We didn't have cameras with cell phones. You know, there were no DSLRs. Like cameras were expensive, and I had a camera. So because of that, I was invited to every single party in New York, and I was the only camera person in these parties. So I have so much footage, and of course, everybody wanted to be interviewed. Mm-hmm. And because I owned my own website, my own TV show, my own DVD magazine, everyone knew who I was up in New York because of the DVD and the show. Everyone was inviting me to go. So if I'm invited to Wyclef's birthday party on a Tuesday, and after work, I'm not going to say no. I go. I made myself do everything, and just with the drinks, I can drive home safe, and just push myself until it was the point where, I was making as much money as it was with WhoMag as I was with the day job. Wow. Then my daughter was born, and she was 9 months, not even. She was about 8 months at that time, and never really got to see her because of the day job and my lifestyle that I had at that time with going back and forth. set aside I gotta do something. So that was it. I said, this way I get to be home with my daughter. I can do what I want to do, and I can handle my business, and it's the best decision I ever made. It was like, yeah.
I'm starting to think you're a vampire.
I am. I'm up to 4, even now. I'm up to 4 or 5 o'clock every night, because the way I work now is that we have 1,000 releases through MAGDISTRIBUTION right now. And the difference with me versus everybody is that I know every single client. I talk to them all the time. I'm on the phone all day talking to my clients. I don't go to sleep until every email is answered, every text is answered, every message is answered. So when I wake up the next morning, it's a brand new day. So, and that's the one thing that clients, and that's why when people come to me for distribution, they don't leave. Because you can't get that from a distro kid, 2 1/4 CD baby. You never have that. No, you can't talk to anybody. Let alone you can call somebody and someone's going to answer the phone, and it's not a customer service rep, it's the CEO of the company. You know?
Yeah.
And I talk to them like they're my friends, like these, and that's why we're selective who we pick up. I mean, there's 2 things we look for. It's the obviously the music, because we don't sign whack artists. Everything has to be good music, but also it's the person, you know, because I want to be able at 4 a.m. when I can't keep my eyes open and I have to call you. I don't want to dread it. It's still like I love what I do all day. I talk to creative people all day long about music. Like, how can I not love that? You know, so there's no other situation I'd rather be in. Right. So I love it, but I'd rather, you know, I wouldn't talk to people that I want to talk to. So that's something that we do, is make sure we talk to everyone, make sure the vibe's right. You know, I come with a lot of positive energy. I want people to come with positive energy, and so we build and we create and we just tackle the world.
You know, you knew I was going to ask you, what do you look for in an artist? So vibes, dope vibes, and talent.
Yes, we look for vibes and talent. Like I said, we don't sign whack artists. I look at it like, you know, I was in college. I was one of the top guys in the fraternity house, you know, and I ran all the parties. So my thing was, I look at my fraternity, I look at my distribution like we're the cool fraternity on campus. Right. Like, if you see what we do, like we have CDs. Who else makes physical CDs? You know, we do these compilations, because I worked at Polygram Records. This was the coolest thing. And look,
right,
all the artists signed it. I mean, you got everyone from Grandmaster Kaz, Just Ice, Grandmaster D, Lush One, who's I know you're coming on later, DJ Caesar, Tony Steele. Like, all of my artists signed a CD. Then we have the R&B one too. So we give these away. I don't sell them. I just give them out. That we had 1,000 of each one. I pay for mine in my own pocket, and with sponsors, just give them away. You know, we do stuff like my birthday party. I got the coolest birthday party in the world, and everybody will tell you. It sucks because my birthday was this past weekend and I couldn't do anything. Aww. But last weekend I had 350 people come. It was sponsored by Hennessy. It was sponsored by Belvedere. It was sponsored by C4 Energy Drinks. It was sponsored by Pepsi. It was sponsored by all this About the Hops Brewery, Shinju Japanese Whiskey. So it was free to get in, free liquor all night. I had 17 of my artists perform. Then I had my surprise performance. I never tell anybody who it's going to be. But this past year we had Master Ace performed, Just Ice performed, Nucleus, The Jam on It, Rodney C, T-Ski Alley, Full Force, Force MDs, Think of D. But that's why people freak out every year I do these parties. And like, most people put flyers up, all these special invited guests. I never tell anybody. Like, you come, you miss it, you miss it. But everyone's going to be talking about it, you know?
So I say, I know I'm bomb. Listen, if you come, you come. It's up from here.
You'll hear about it from somebody else. I mean, the newspapers write about my parties. It's crazy. I do it every year. We do a lot of cool stuff that no one does. We do our own playlisting. We do, I'm a voting member of the Grammys. You can probably see all the Grammy stuff behind me. So we do stuff. We help out a little bit with that. We do, and plus I own 3 music TV networks. So if you have a music video, we break our music videos. So we're all in-house. We do that, you know? So we do cool stuff, you know?
That lets me know how important you are, because you touched on every single question, like literally that I was gonna ask. So, okay, first of all, how do you get on the board at the Grammy? How does that work?
So I am a voting member. I've been a voting member since 2012. And they changed the rules like 3 years ago. Now you have to have 2 members have to vote you in before you have to have certain credentials. And I've written a lot of music for artists. In fact, the Force MD's latest song, I wrote that, Go Fly With You.
Wow.
But also kind of, they were looking for more people with music video experience at that time, because their music video, there wasn't a lot of people that did it, and it was a category. And I did a lot of music videos. In fact, my last video I just did, I produced a year and a half ago. It's Papa Roach featured The Who. It's got about 20 million views right now.
Wow.
On YouTube. And I did the Force MD's last video because I wrote the song. But that was one of the help me backdoor to get that in. It was because of my music video experience with major labels. Plus, I was a songwriter that worked with a lot of artists, so that's what got me to be the voting member status. To be a member is difficult, but the voting member is the higher, which is even more difficult. Because I get to vote people in, and get to vote.
Yeah.
When it comes through, I get to pick who I want to see win, which is kind of cool when they actually win,
Right. So who do you want to see win the next in the next ceremony?
Every single one of my artists.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like my daughter now. My daughter's 12, right? She'll ask me, "Hey, Daddy, you know the song?" And it's probably the biggest song on the radio. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
I don't know, and I'm gonna tell you because I'm fortunate enough that every day my inbox is filled with so many incredible independent artists looking for distribution that it's like I'm swamped with incredible music all day. I don't listen. I have Sirius in the car. I don't even listen to the radio at all. I don't listen to Sirius. I don't listen to anything because I'm old school. I have a flash drive. My new records, I put in a flash drive, plug it in my car, and I'm working because I'm listening to the songs. But we have so many incredible artists that I'd rather play my artists over and over and over, because it's great music that if I go out, I don't know I'm listening to what's playing in the clubs. I don't know half the songs just because it's not really on my radar. I mean, and the thing about it is I love music. I've been involved in music my entire life. Even before the Polygram, I've been other things. So it's great. But even sometimes when I'm done, like I don't want to listen to music sometimes. Like before, like I listen to music to relax or during my free time. Now my free time, I don't. I'll drive, I'll be on the phone, hands-free of course, or I will just do nothing. Just drive and enjoy the quietness. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
For somebody as busy as you, I would expect you to want to listen to jazz at least once.
I love jazz. My brother is a jazz musician and he has Ellis Marsalis' last 2 recordings. So we have a couple jazz. We just signed Marquise Carroll, who's a great jazz musician out of Chicago, and we're in the process of signing another jazz artist. We have a couple jazz, Sky Jafar, who's really good. We do a lot of jazz. People think we do just hip hop. We do everything. We have EDM, rock. Johnny Cash's drummer signed to me. We have a lot of comedian albums. We have our Grammy Award Winning album is Mr. Rogers. It's a one for best kids, the best children's album. We have Harry Callis, who is a legendary Philadelphia Phillies, the voice of the Phillies, auto documentary of him talking about the Phillies. Like we do everything. Don't get it twisted. But it's got to be good though.
Right.
This has got to be good stuff because either way, I'll pick up anything as long as it's good. Because I appreciate music. We have a lot of big pop artists signed to us, and a lot of international artists. We got artists in Czech Republic, Sweden, Switzerland, Australia, Dubai, Qatar. I know I'm missing like 6 or 7 places, but we have so many international artists and big ones too.
And not just that, actors and directors, like what you have a film out, you mentioned it earlier. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
So Retaliators is not out yet. It's in the colorization phase right now, but we're looking to have it out hopefully the next 2 or 3 months. We did get picked up for distribution. I can't really just say where it's going yet. I'm not allowed to yet. It's not up to me to break the news, but it's going to be big. But I have a lot of movies I've done. I mean, it's my little movie section. The upper corner is,
wow.
That's the first movie I worked on. My name's on the poster, which is cool. But that's Ryan Dunn's last movie for He Died, him and Bam Margera. I was the music supervisor and associate producer. But what's cool about that is it was on the front of every single Redbox. So I was at the local Redbox in Cherry Hill. There was my DVD right in the front. There's the movie Worthless right there with Tara Reid. Down the road, I was the music supervisor for that one. That was with Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother. But I did a couple other movies too, including one in London I did, which was pretty cool. yeah, I love movie, I love film, I love music, and I'm lucky I got to combine them all. I had my own TV show on Fuse. There's me right there. I don't know if you can see that, but director Rob Schwartz. That's Saturday. The show is so there was a legendary show in the 80s and 90s called Dance Party USA and Dancing on Air.
I remember that.
Yeah, I brought it back. So I was the director of Dancing on Air, which was Dance Party USA, and there was a reality show based on us called Saturday Morning Fever.
Wow.
So that's the original director of Dancing on Air, Mike Nice, and me.
That's dope.
Yeah, and that was on Fuse. I got 65 of my artist songs placed on Fuse. I had 12 of them perform on Fuse. It was really cool.
That's real dope.
Yeah.
So with your multimedia company, and you do a lot with that. And I was watching one of your interviews where you went into the explanation of this thing, the difference between distribution and a label. What sets you apart from that?
Well, we're not a label. We pick up labels and we pick up artists. Mm-hmm. So my job technically is to license your music to sell it to the DSPs, like the Spotify's, the titles. I have no ownership of anyone's records. I have no publishing. I'm just the distribution company. A label usually signs artists. They put money up, the promotion up. They're more invested. They also get publishing out of it usually, or if it's these 360 deals, whatever they offer the artist, that's up to them. Mm-hmm. So an artist signed to us, we're not a label. We have nothing. Whenever you say, hey, Rob, take it down, we take it down, we walk away with nothing. We have no ownership, nothing. We're just there to help you. And what separates us as far as other distribution companies is that even though we're not a label, we're very hands-on with our clients, and we're very hands-on with our labels. They call me for advice all the time, with the labels, and I help them out, help them with the artist. The same way as if an artist were to call me and ask for advice, I'm always here. And that's what people like, because even though we're not a label, we function in a way that we do more than just distribution, but it's still up to the label. It's still, we do our own little internal marketing, but it's up to the artists and labels to really do their own marketing. So we'll help you, but if your record doesn't sell, it's still not on us, because we're just your distributor. Right. But we're going to get you on this playlist. We'll still break you music videos. We have a sponsorship with 98.5 FM. It's a big station out here in Philly. Every Thursday and Friday night at 9 p.m. So it's perfect timing. Through my man Big Cuz, it's his show. So from 9 to 9:30, it's nothing but MAGDISTRIBUTION artists. So we break our own records on FM radio, which is cool. And we just do a lot of stuff. We do live broadcasts at my studio all the time from the station. Yeah, I'm probably we just did one 2 weeks ago. We did the one for a listening party for the R&B, the Mag R&B CD. We had the hip hop one, the R&B one, and we're getting ready to drop the third, volume 3, which is actually women in music. It's our female artists for Women's History Month. Okay. And it's going to be dope because it's going to be our rock artists, or EDM artists, or hip hop artists, or R&B artists. It's, to me, I think, our best female records. I don't want to say best, it's essentials. I don't want to say best. We have so many artists that we can't fit everyone on there. And we have so many great records, but it's strategically put together in a certain way. But yeah, just something
different. Who's going to be on that?
Oh man, jeez, I wish I had pulled it open. Actually I can, because we have about 20 records.
What?
Let me see, open up recent. Yeah, women's track listing. Here we go. I'll tell you right now. We started off with I Am Kai, who's an amazing artist out of LA. She actually has 2.1 billion TikTok streams. So we started with her. Sharon Leah Band, who's a rock artist out of Philly. She's amazing. A song called The Sum of Us, which is about women coming together. It's a great song. Here, Rise Again, she's out of Dubai. No, I'm sorry, she's out of Qatar, over in Saudi Arabia. Artist named Santalina. I actually wrote that song for her. It's called Hurt Now. Daydreamer Music Group, song called Fearless. We got Tony Steele, she's from Brooklyn, song called Anything. Kendra Black, she's an EDM artist out of New York. It's featuring Spice One, song called Hustler. We got Camille K, who's she's like 16 years old, she's a rock artist, amazing. A song called Little Ladies, her and Andrew DeCord. This new artist we just break in the same time, Catherine Swain. She's out of Brooklyn. Make Up Your Mind. It's an R&B record. TJ Jazzy. She is from Australia. She's a song called Girl Boss. Denise Renee Caplock. It's like a soul EDM house song. Wendy Betts in The Rising has a song called Fly South. Wendy Betts was a friend of mine for a long time who lost her battle with cancer about 4 years ago. So I wanted to put that on there for her. An artist, Maggie, Yvette, she's out of the West Coast. Lady Bean, she's out of Texas. Varsha Vin, she's from Dubai. Flo Lover Queen, she's out of this local area. Catherine Almeida, she's from down the Jersey Shore. Brooke Hansen. Then we have Lord Munguia, who's a huge novella actress, and Nubies. So Nubi is one of our artists for a long time. It's a Latin record. And my girl Jania Butler, who runs the Hip Hop Union. She did a spoken thing. I'm a citizen of hip hop. So that is our track list.
It's a huge
so I'm excited. Yeah, excited. I'm trying to get it done by the 19th. I'm waiting for my guy to finish up the cover now. So hopefully we make that 19th date.
I think we will.
It has to be out in March because it's Women's History Month. We have to have it out in March to make it make sense. So I'm rushing. You know?
I know you're going to have this done because this is what you do.
This is what I do. Yes. Yeah.
So now why should, and I know that you only want to sign artists that are not whack, but I do like that you're culturally kind of like you're not in one bubble. So you're willing to work with different artists from different backgrounds, all walks of life. So that sets you aside from many distribution companies that's out there. You're not labeled as just hip hop. You have gospel, you have rock, you have jazz, you have just a number of things going on. So why should artists come to you? Why should you be the first stop?
Well, we're not for everybody. You know, you can submit your stuff to us to listen to, and if we like you, we pick you up. But we're more of an experience, and that's what people like about us. It's people tell me it's what they ever dreamed of in a distribution company, because the biggest thing is you can't contact anybody,
right?
Any company. Plus, you're attaching yourself to the Sony Orchard brand, which is the biggest brand. Plus, you're attaching yourself to my brand, Humag, which is a huge brand for it's our 20th year with Humag. So, and all the things I told you about, all the playlist thing, the music video networks, we break our videos, we do. We're, like I said, we're the cool kids on campus. You know what I mean? It's like everybody wants to be down, you know, and it takes so much because, you know, we're hands-on. We're not a machine. We're very hands-on with every single artist. So we're very careful.
Very careful, very smart, very popular. Legacy. That's what I think about your company, legacy. So do you have anything else that you're working on that you want our viewers to know about?
There's always something going on. My new venture is so exciting. I can't talk about it right now, but I'm like, it's like eating me up inside right now. Like, I can't wait. You know, but that's the way I am. I'm very proactive. Like I said, we're the first ones to get a DVD in Netflix, Wal-Mart, Target. We're the first one to have a urban network on Roku. I was the very first hip hop company ever verified on Facebook. We're always trying to be the first. We got this new thing we're trying to be the first at. But meanwhile, you can go to humagtv.com, watch our TV network there. If you have a Roku, Apple, Google Play, Fire Stick, look for Humag Multimedia. Look for iFame TV, look for Video Vision. Video Vision's also my network. Or go to humagtv.com or go to your cell phone and download the free Humag Multimedia app. We are the dopest. We're the first channel and the dopest music channel on Roku, Apple, wherever it may be. And I dare anyone to say they're better than my channel, because they're not. We got the whole Dance Party USA catalog. You can't find that anywhere but me.
Right.
Plus, we have 3,000 interviews. All of our content's exclusive. There are interviews. It's not like we're ripping stuff off of YouTube, trying to, like everybody else is doing. It's our content.
Right.
I own 3 TV shows. We have our own comedy show I produce. There's so much stuff on there. It's original, and it's better than most of the stuff that people are doing on their own, because I'm very careful in what I do. And with our music videos, we have thousands of music videos. They're all user submitted. There are distribution clients, so it's not like we're ripping videos off of YouTube or just whatever it may be, to whoever's hot. No, these are our clients. We promote our clients. So
yeah, I like that. I like that you even have plays on there. Like, it's just not a one-dimensional thing. So you just have a lot going on. I don't know how you do it. Kudos to you.
Thank you. Lots of coffee.
Lots of coffee, man. Ain't that much coffee in the world.
Yeah. Well, I love to speak too, man. I love to speak. I speak all over the world. I spoke in South Korea. I'm in Jersey. I spoke in Tampa, Florida, Tulsa, Oklahoma twice. I'm speaking at colleges all the time. I'm speaking at Rowan University next week. And then my old school, Rider University, finally reached out to me to speak there. But I spoke at Morgan State University twice. I spoke on a panel with Prodigy and Freeway, which was like
Wow.
crazy. It was me and Prodigy and Freeway. But yeah, I speak all the time. So you could probably find me around.
We're gonna look you up.
I'm around somewhere, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
So leave that Instagram handle and the website handle again.
Everything is WhoMag, WHOMAG. All the social medias, WhoMag, websites, WhoMagTV.com and WhoMagDistribution.com. Everything's WhoMag. I just started my TikTok, so if you follow me on TikTok, don't judge me. I just started it, you know. But you know, like I said, we're the first ones verified on Facebook, and we're also everything. I'm active on Facebook and Instagram all the time. Everything's WhoMag.
I love it. So thank you so much. You're such a huge part of hip hop and just overall entertainment. And I just think we should give our flowers to our creators now, or our creatives. And you're one of those people. So thank you so much for all that you do for people like me.